Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. I am working on a new journal, and I picked up some, let me close this window real quick, picked up some little golden books that I'm going to be altering and turning into journals. This one I really loved, How Things Grow. I also picked up The Animals Christmas, and I don't have any Christmas really in my stash. Maybe a couple of colors that might be Christmas, but not really, not even packed away in my supplies. So I'm hoping to locate some soon so I can do Christmas journals. I found this one, I'm a Ballerina and The Perfect Tea Party. So that's what I'm going to be working on right now, is just altering these journals. But I kind of wanted to show you this, and when I tear apart the other books, I'll show you. There's something I want to try because I don't like cutting down the pages. I really want to try to keep the book intact without having to trim anything. So anyway, this is the cover of the book. And I think it turned out really, really great. And then on the inside, I put one of these book plates. I believe they're from Roxy Creations. There was a name on here, and I wanted to cover that up. And I'll do something back here too, but I think the cover turned out very, very nice. And then I've done my signatures, so we'll take a look at those. This is just a cardstock that I folded in half that I'm going to decorate, and I'll show you what we're going to use here in a minute. I brought my jelly plate for gel printing, and forgot my brayer, so I picked up a brayer, but I'm still struggling with jelly printing. But these are one of them, and I actually glazed it with, or stained it with Stains by Patty Pockets on both sides, so it can give it kind of a grungy look. And then all of the pages in here, I did cut down a little bit, but I just flipped them over so they would fit. I just had a hard time cutting that down further. This is from Nevermore Creations. I did send myself a little pack of printed digitals, and I stenciled on this side. And then some lined coffee dyed paper that I got from Emily at Vintage Polka Dot Shop. This is my coffee dyed paper. It's more of the book. I actually found this student's book, which I thought would, the writing paper, which I thought went well with this journal. I also got some stuff from Emily for the Sears and Roebuck, so I put that in there just to add a little bit of interest. This, I think, is from, I want to say, I did reorganize and label my book, so this is from My Old Barn Door. I'm pretty sure that's who this is from. When I say my, I'm thinking either My Porch Prince or My Old Barn Door, and I never know. I can remember it because, yeah. I stenciled this page as well. Some more coffee dyed paper. This is another digital from Nevermore Creations. Some coffee paper from Emily at Vintage Polka Dot Shop, and then that page there. And this is fairly similar in, the cardstock cover, the jelly print that I stained, coffee paper. So pretty similar, very similar signatures. And there's 15 pages in each. So that is 120 page journals. It's going to be 2 signatures, 120 pages each one. This is also from Nevermore Creations. Okay, so those are the signatures for this journal, and this one is the second signature. That's going to go in there for right now. We'll set that aside. And then I also found this board book, and I thought, I tore it apart, as you can tell. I thought this would make a great thing to cut apart and put into this journal. So I went through my stash. I still got a little bit more to go through in my stash for what I could put in this journal. So I've got the stuff in the basket, but these are the images that I cut out of that book. I just took the pages, because they're glued together, and separated them so I could cut images out from each side. And I thought these would just be really fun. This I'm going to turn into a tag. Would be really fun to use. And I fussy cut it around most of them. Some like this one might be too wide, so I'm still deciding on that. But my grandkids are up. And then these ones I just had a really hard time with. So I think what we're going to do with these is turn these into journal cards. And that's probably what we'll work on for this video, is turning these ones into journal cards. But they were, you know, the pages were together like this. And I just separated them. And some of them I got thick, and then some of them came off thin. So just have to work with those. So for the journal cards, I don't think I'm going to use the wording. So I think I'm just gonna, well, I think I'll glue them down first and then cut them. Like this one I can cut across. And get rid of those with that wording. Same for this one. I left them on, so if I changed my mind, I could do that. But I think it'll work better. We don't need a bunch of cards that says I picked them and eat it. Okay. And this one. I think this one, I think I'll just glue it like that, because I'm going to end up cutting it. And I may want to sew around it as well. So let's go ahead and get started on that. Let's see. I don't know if I want to do coffee paper or this stuff. This stuff here, I bought a purse and it had all of this in it. So I saved that, and they've been working really well for backing onto journal cards and tags and such. So I don't think any of these are big enough to glue on there as a solid piece. This one might be. No. This piece is, so we'll just cut that off. I just love the texture on this, and then it kind of brightens it up a little bit, because all of the stuff I cut out is darker. Okay, I have a glue stick I'm trying to use up. All right. And again, I'm going to keep trying and try to make this video 30 minutes, because it takes me a really long time. I mean, it takes me a long time anyway, but it takes me a really long time for a video that is an hour with my phone and everything to download it. I can't wait to see this journal done. I'm pretty excited about it. With all these other elements, and then throwing in some other stuff. And I have been making some ephemera, because that's one thing that I am lacking. So I've been busy making a bunch of ephemera. We'll put this on there. This stuff they stuffed in the purse is pretty soft material, but it glues down well, and it's a nice surface to write on, and it's got all these wonderful little specks in it. I've got a bunch of it. I also saved some packaging from some packages that we received. So look at, cut that. I hope I'm in frame. I'm trying to, I'm a little bit out of frame, so I'll get in a little bit closer. Sorry about that. I'm really good at bumping the table with my chair. So I'm going to try to speak a little bit louder. I notice on my videos I'm a little quiet, which isn't normal for me in my world, because my world, people talk loud, and so you need to talk loud. So we've just been busy helping the kids with cleaning and stuff, and that kind of stuff, applying for work like crazy. I do have an interview this next week, and I need to send my resume in to another potential place, which is, I was telling my daughter-in-law, it's kind of weird for me because I've never had where I had possibly, there's no guarantee, but I've never had where it could possibly be two choices. I've always just kind of went for specific jobs, or just kind of had a feeling, and when I went to do the interviews, I knew that was it, so I didn't need to look any further. So I find it kind of interesting that I have that, so that's a little bit different for me. But I'm excited. I'm itching to get back to work, I tell you what. It's been 3 weeks now that I haven't worked, so weird. I'm a quiet crafter, but I love this craft a lot. I would really love, this would be the ideal job, but that's not realistic. This off. I love how this is all crinkly too. I just love it. It's great, great recycle. You know, I miss having a vehicle. We have one, but my husband's gone a lot, dump runs or whatever, going up to the mountain. And it's not a big deal that I don't have one readily available. It's just weird not having one readily available. But it's probably good for me just to sit and not be running all the time. That one's covered. We'll cover this one. So my husband took me, we went out a couple days ago, went for a nice walk, and of course I had to go to the craft store, right? Went there first and then went and took a really nice walk, which was really, really nice. Hot, but it was nice just to be out in the wilderness. Trees, quiet. But he also took me by where we used to live before we moved to Oregon, and I happened to notice that there was like a hand truck or something in the window of our old cabin that we lived in, and I said, that's interesting. I wonder why there's a hand truck in the window of the old cabin. And then I said, you know, maybe we should say hi to Jack. And apparently he was, that's our landlord, and apparently he was outside. And I didn't notice, but we pulled over and we talked to him, and sure enough, he has a place that he was going to get ready to sell, but he hadn't gotten to it yet because he has some repairs he wants to do on it. So he asked us if we were looking for a place to live, to rent, and we both said yes, and gave us a key and told us to go take a look, and it's perfect. So I'm just waiting. I don't want to sign a lease until we both have jobs, but it's a small house. It's 2-bedroom. What I was looking for, 2-bedroom, single level, no stairs. Yes. Yard's quite a bit smaller than what the cabin was, but the cabin may have a big yard, but it was small. So that's pretty neat. I'm excited to be able to get jobs so we can move in over there. And one of the reasons I wanted a 2-bedroom was so that I could have my own room for my crafts, to be able to do those. So I'm super excited about that. Super, super excited. So I'm hoping within the next 2 weeks we'll be able to get over there. He's going to waive our deposit if we clean the place, because he hasn't been over there since the people moved out. And it's clean. We went in and looked at it, but so my husband will probably get it all ready for us when we sign the lease with him. One of the best landlords I've ever had. We didn't have our landlord in Oregon wasn't too bad, but yeah, he's a great person to rent from. And who knows, maybe through some time working, if he gets to the point where he's ready to sell the house, maybe we can buy it. Still a little smaller than I would like in a home for us, but to start with, it's fine. We'll have to put some sort of fence because it doesn't have one. It has one blocking from the slough, but we'll have to figure out something because we have one dog that will just wander, and I want to be able just to let them out and not worry about it. Okay, there's that. And then we've got this one here. So I'm trying to decide if I want to cut them first, and then sew. Probably that will be what we'll do instead of doing a straight stitch and then having to cut through the stitches. Okay, I wonder if this one will fit on it. Did not want to cut into another big one, big section for this. So I love now that I've gotten my mind into thinking outside the box as far as what we can use for journals, that I'm able to find more items. Like I look at things in a whole different light. Still playing with making my own digitals. Okay. All right, so we have these. Now, I don't want them straight, like the bottom is fine straight or certain parts, but I kind of want them to be journal cards that have some free form to them, so to speak. So I'm just going to fussy cut around here. It's probably going to be hard to stitch them, but I want that sunshine in there. Okay, that'll be kind of fun. And then this one, we'll just cut around here. I do have fussy cut scissors, but because they're so, this is pretty thick, I don't want to dull it. And then we'll just kind of round this. There we go. That'll be a cute journal card. I love the butterflies on this. Okay, that'll be another cute one. This one, I'll round right, or go kind of jagged there. And then this is gonna go like that. I think I like that one that way. Just kind of round this off. I'm not going to sew these on camera. I'm just getting them ready to be sewn. There. Those are cute. Okay, so we have, I'm going to see how long we have. I've been videotaping. Got a few more minutes. Okay, so I am going to ink these, and I'm thinking my gathered twigs will work best since this is a craft color. My thread is black, so that's what I'll be sewing these with. Okay, that one's done. Yeah, I'm really excited to be working on this journal to see how it turns out. It's going to turn out really cute. Okay, almost done. This is, I think I said it, it's gathered twigs. My vintage photo is kind of dry, and so I'm trying to, I have a few colors. So I have tea stain, and then I have this vintage photo, and then the rest are colors like rust and blue, what do I got? Bundled sage and broken china. You know, just different various colors. Just a little tiny bit. Got some sort of pink, like a pink velvet or something, vintage pinky color. And I tried to go and some scrapbook paper or whatever that I could use, and no luck. So I came home and made those jelly prints, but they, I don't have Christmas colors. I bought a few colors and they're pastels. So, okay, so we've got our journal cards pretty much done. I'm going to sew them, and then, oh, I think they turned out really cute, and they have a really nice backing to write on. I am going to ink the other side. So I will be recording the process of this journal along with the others, getting those prepared and what I would like to do to try to keep those pages. So thank you for joining me. Please like, share, and subscribe. I am trying to grow my channel, and I will see you on the next video.